What's up guys, Josh aka SavageHydraa here, and welcome to episode number 12 of our How To series. So last time we had a look at some, I believe it was hyper offensive OU maybe? I can't remember which it was. Yeah, it was hyper offensive OU. But now that we're moving into these team building episodes, it's moving much less into my comfort zone and much more into other people's. So, for example, today we're looking at mixed offense in the never used tier, and I have someone that has a history with that. So, a good friend of mine, and the person that's actually generated all of the graphics and stuff that are on the screen. We have TheShiftyGears.
Hi man, how's it all going? I'm TheShiftyGears, and I play NU quite frequently. Nothing too special. I kind of dive into every different tier, but NU it seemed to be my favorite when I did it, and it's kind of stuck with me since. So yeah, I'll be running through that today.
Yeah, so basically, never used is not something that I very much got into. It's rather niche, and I'm not familiar with a lot of the Pokemon that are within that tier, so I have brought in Shifty here to help us out. So we shall now hop over to the team builder, and we will go through the team building process as we have in the last few episodes. And I can just throw back and forth some questions about how we're going to build the team, and we can kind of build it up from there. See you guys in a sec. Right, so we're here now in the Showdown client. You see we've got our format on to NU. We've got the Mixed Defense NU team title there. And let's start. I believe, from what you've been telling me, we'll be starting with Hydreigon.
Yeah, Rhydon. It was kind of a weird pick at first, but I thought it's a pretty good staple mon in NU. Like, it does the job as a good stealth rock setter. And the time of picking it, it was actually a mascot for a team, so that's kind of why I picked it. Like, there was nothing really special. But it's got a good natural bulk in physical. Like, its attack stats through the roof anyway, and with Eviolite, it just becomes like this powerhouse stealth rock setter that is it's just a genuinely solid lead overall. So the set I tend to run is Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Mega Horn, and Rock Blast. Now Rock Blast I pick because I'm just kind of an accuracy freak. I don't know why. But yeah, that's kind of just a really standard set with a really standard spread as well. I'm missing EVs, huh?
So that was Rock Blast, the last move.
Yeah, Rock Blast was the last move.
And then Eviolite. So I'm assuming it really doesn't matter what ability you use because
none
of the
because
abilities have really much effect. I guess that's one of Rhydon's massive.
That's
its
flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Its flaw there is its abilities, but it's a really standard spread for it as well. It was I don't know where it kind of came from. It was just really standard. I kind of run standard because I don't like to mix things up too much, but it's just 248 EVs in HP.
Nice level HP, level 50, that's what I like.
Yep, 240 in special defense, just to cap out its weaker point in defense, and then just throw the rest into attack, just to give it that boost in attack.
Into attack. And what nature are you running on this?
Adamant.
Adamant nature, nice and raw physical power. Okay,
yeah.
So we got that. So we got a nice. So the stats looking at it will be, with the Eviolite included, looking at 210 defense, and 95 times 1.5. So about just under 150. So around 140 special defense, and then 211 HP with 160 attack. So that's quite nice. So really, the only thing lacking there is its speed.
Yeah, it's speed, but it's slow anyway. So investing in it's pretty pointless as sort of a wall anyway.
So how did you? Where did you go now from Hydreigon? How do you progress on from that?
Where I went from here, I didn't think of like partnership as such straight away. I just went for priority because I thought, I've got something really slow, so let's get something that can pick something off like at the final moment. So I picked Hariyama. Hariyama is fantastic. It's again more brute sort of physical power, and it's something that wants to absorb. It wants to absorb burns, paralysis, poisons, whatever you want to throw at it. Just throw it at Hariyama. It's completely fine because I run guts.
Okay, so
not thick fat. I run guts. Yeah.
Guts, always good. Status absorption.
Exactly.
Fans have no effects.
Where I went from here, I was just like, we need something. I mean, Hariyama is best run with Assault Vest. Everyone knows this.
Yeah.
Universally,
So,
Assault Vest is the best thing to go for. In terms of actually what you want to put on it, I mentioned priorities. So Fake Out and Bullet Punch are the 2 priority moves I went for.
Both of those?
Yep, both of those.
Okay, so the nice flinch, easy hits on the first switch in, and then consistent priority after that.
Yep. Then I went for just good old stab with close combat, just hit absolutely brutally.
Am I right in the fact that Hariyama doesn't actually... No, Hariyama does not get Drain Punch.
I believe so. I believe so.
It does not get Drain Punch.
Wow. Does it not?
Nope.
Wow.
I'm assuming your last move then is after that knockoff?
Yes, it is. Wow, it doesn't get Drain Punch. With those hands?
Yeah.
With those hands, for real?
I mean, it's kind of like the whole situation I'm asking as well with Dusclops and Dusk Noir. With those hands, the same Hariyama hands, why did they not get knockoff?
That is true.
And Drain Punch. Imagine if Assault Vested Dusk Noir with Drain Punch was a thing.
That would be real
as well.
That would be real. Like damn.
Anyway, back to
big hands here.
Fat hands.
In terms of just a spread, it was just kind of hit hard and take hits. So it was 252 in attack.
Yes.
4 in defense, and then just 252 special defense. So sort of 252, 252 standard set. Really standard.
Nice. So maxing out the special defense there with the assault.
Yep. And then just Adamant Nature, just for more power. Okay. More power. Like, obviously hitting hard is good, but taking hits is brilliant as well. And Hariyama, I don't know, it just kind of fits nicely in any team. Like, I would definitely recommend Hariyama to anyone. Moving on from here, I thought I need more synergy, I need more coverage, and I need more resistance. So I picked Vileplume, which is basically, as we discussed, the NU.
It's like NU's version
NU Venusaur.
Of Venusaur, yeah.
It's the NU Venusaur.
No Mega or Lazor Jazz, but yeah.
Yeah. Now...
And let me just check it's level 50.
Yeah, the reason I picked this was mainly just because it eats up sort of grass hits and the water hits that Rhydon doesn't really want to take, and Hariyama can take, but not as well as it would need to. It also has good self recovery. It has Moonlight, like that's the good access. It has good access to recovery, so Giga Drain, Moonlight.
So Moonlight and Giga Drain.
Which is what I did run, yes. Then I just thought, let's pack out with another secondary stab and just went Sludge Bomb.
Always nice.
And then HP Fire, just because Steel types really do come in and kind of say no to Vileplume.
So what reasoning, being the equivalent of NU's equivalent of Venusaur, why did you decide to run it like this and, for example, not trade out, say, Moonlight for Sleep Powder?
I chose like Moonlight over Sleep Powder and something like HP Fire over Sleep Powder, mainly because I didn't run Chlorophyll and I ran the ability Effect Spore, which, for those who don't know, has a 30% chance to poison, paralyze, or make another Pokemon sleep if they hit it with a physical move, like a contact move. So that's the only reasoning behind that. I was like, let's try Effect Spore out. It seems like fun. And just partnered with Life Orb, just more offensive moves. Just partnered with the Life Orb, HP Fire, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain. Just they pack a punch against anything that really wants to come in. Kind of a strange set as a whole, but the spread kind of makes up for the weird lack of Sleep Powder sort of thing. So 116 HP.
Okay.
Max special attack, so 252 in special attack, and then 140 in speed, just to speed creep those slower threats in the tier with modest nature, just to hit hard.
Alright, so we've got really nice. Well, obviously, this is a mixed defense team, so we're starting to build on that offense.
Yeah.
Especially with Vileplume's relatively decent natural bulk paired with that recovery.
Yeah, I mean, base 85 defense and base 90 special defense are brilliant, and base 75 defense, 75 HP, sorry, is okay, but that's why you invest.
It's, worth investing in just to give it that little bit of extra.
Yeah.
Right, so...
moving
That's
on
that for onwards. So
there.
what's the next component?
Moving on from there, I was like, I need a little more partnership. And I decided to go with Xatu purely because I was like, if people want to set up hazards, they can. Magic Bounce is really good,
Magic
you
bounce,
know.
yeah. Of course, Magic Bounce. Magic Bounce.
Magic Bounce is really good, and Xatu is just really good as well. It adds a little more coverage, and it's got good reliable recovery as well.
So I'm assuming you're putting Roost,
Roost.
on there then.
Yeah, with Roost, which makes it really hard to bring down, because if you outspeed whatever's trying to bring you down with, say, an Ice Beam, you Roost, you're completely fine. It does nothing. So Xatu really was kind of just take some physical hits and just keep hazards from entering my side of the field. So it was kind of just there, really. It was there, and it's one of the best NU mons out there.
So are you running that max HP, max defense then?
No, surprisingly not max defense, but I was max HP. So
Max HP?
max HP.
248. 248, there we go. For odd HP.
Yes. 80 into speed. And then I just
Speed?
piled the rest into defense with a timid nature.
Yeah. 180 defense, and then a nice and timid nature.
No, as for the rest of the moveset, I decided to run Psyshock, Heat Wave,
Psyshock,
and
where's
U-turn.
nice. No chances to get through the side shock, get the side shock with, but still,
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
Heat Wave.
Heat Wave is there for Steel types because they come in and laugh at Xatu with Psyshock. So Steel types are just it's good coverage, and U-turn is just there for momentum. I do like having the momentum. Like, I am a very momentum kind of player, so U-turn is always there just to catch people on the switch, which is nice. Which is always nice.
How about your item? What are you running on that?
Rocky Helmet, just
Oh,
because physical threats want to come in, want to try and hit me. It's fine. They take damage themselves. It's just chip damage, because Xatu, without investment, it can still do a decent amount sort of damage output, but
Stab base 95 is pretty good.
it's pretty good, yeah. But Rocky Helmet just has that little bit of chip that, you know, everyone appreciates.
One thing I will mention here, I will say Magic Bounce is one of the things that always catches me out. Particularly when I'm playing in the higher tiers, especially UU. Whenever I see an Absol, I always forget about Mega Absol and it having Magic Bounce, and always screwing myself over.
Yes.
So that's always something to... Like, even at the very beginning of a game, I'll remind myself, there is an Absol. It's probably Mega. It'll probably have Magic Bounce. Oh, Absol's in, and I've got my physical wall up. Oh, that's fine. I've got Dolphin's out. Okay. Stealth Rock.
And then it comes back. Yeah.
No. Why?
Yeah, I run into that
Every
problem.
single time, I forget.
Yeah, I had that situation in a league match not so long ago. I tried setting up Stealth Rocks, and he had an Absol, he Mega Evolved. I was like, oh, that's no problem. And then, bam, Magic Bounce. I was like, oh, for God's sake. But no, Magic Bounce is very good. And that's why I opted to not put Defog or any sort of removal on here, because if you can play with Xatu properly and bring it in when you predict, like, I mean, it is a bit predict game, but if you bring it in at the right time, it keeps hazards away without having to get rid of, you know, get rid of your own with defog and then set them back up.
So moving on from Xatu then, what is your next component?
More partnership, really. More partnership. Because we have, obviously, the electric immunity in Hydreigon, but the water weakness is there for Hydreigon, which, yeah, fair enough, Vileplume eats. I decided to go with Lantern.
Oh, I do love a bit Lantern.
And its abilities are fantastic, because you can never guess straight away what ability... You have to hit it with something to find out what it is.
Well, I assume by that you mean you're running Illuminate.
Nope. That has no competitive use.
Looking at you talking about Hydreigon, I'm assuming you ran Water Absorb then.
Yes, I ran Water Absorb. You could run Volt Absorb, which does partner well with Xatu, but Rhydon's there, so who needs...
You already have that immunity.
Exactly, I already have that immunity, and Water Absorb is fantastic because, as I said, people hit it with either a Water type move or an Electric type move. If they find out, you know, your Water Absorb after hitting you with a Water move, you've already got your health back, and you're sitting in good position. For Lantern, I kind of just wanted this thing to be Momentum and Cleric.
Okay, so that's instantly telling me Volt Switch and Heal Bell?
Yeah, Volt Switch and Heal Bell. Volt Switch, obviously, if people want to switch in, switch straight back out. Heal Bell is good for Cleric, obviously. Not a lot of my team appreciate... I mean, if Hydreigon gets burnt, it's not the best case scenario if you've lost Hariyama, for example. So keeping, you know... sort of
Keep your team
paralysis and
healthy.
burns.
I'm
Exactly. Keep
a
everything
big
healthy.
advocate.
Yeah.
I'm a massive
Yeah.
advocate of clerics on teams. So.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of the rest of the moves, I just went for another a secondary stab move with Scald. Good chance to burn as well. 30% is always nice. Nobody likes to pass on that. And I went for speed control, considering my team's pretty slow. Having something that can,
Thunderwave.
yeah, Thunderwave.
Thunderwave. There we go.
Having something that's bulky enough to take several hits and dish out Thunderwaves like it's nobody's business is great. Great fun. Absolutely fantastic. It also forms a good core with the Rhydon and Vileplume. Obviously, Vileplume wants to come in and take the grass moves that both Rhydon and Lantern don't want to take. Lantern can take the water moves that obviously Rhydon doesn't want to take.
And the ice moves.
And the ice moves, exactly. It's fantastic.
Neither of those want to take, actually.
Exactly. It's fantastic. It does the job. It really does do the job, and I did fall in love with it. So, Leftovers is the preferred item of choice because, passive recovery is always nice. The investments, I went with 40 in HP.
40? Nice and 205.
Yep. 220 defense.
220 defense.
208 in special defense.
208 in special defense.
And then 40 into speed, just to speed creep those slow mons. Calm nature is preferred, really, just because obviously we have the physical wall in Rhydon, so giving...
And the skull.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Giving the boost in special defense is kind of preferred. And last but not least, the nuke button. Malamar.
Oh,
Malamar is the nuke button for this team. Like, if you get rid of all of its checks, there's nothing really that Malamar doesn't care about. It's fantastic. Set up and sweep. Contrary ability.
That's screaming superpower right now.
Superpower, indeed. Superpower setup with knockoff as good stab, psycho cut, fantastic stab, and rest.
Oh,
and rest.
Okay, so that speaks to me that you're potentially going for a Chesterberry set.
Chesterberry, indeed, yes.
And then with the contrary, I'm assuming you're potentially going to invest in special defense?
A little bit, yes.
A little bit?
A little bit. So yeah, 248 HP EVs.
248? Oh, let me just put it down to level 50.
Yeah.
Level 50. Because we want the in-game stats, not on showdown stats.
Yeah.
That's in special defense. That's not HP. That's HP. There we go.
There we go.
248. So that's on 192 right now. So I'm tempted to put that up to 250.
Yeah, you can play around with that. Like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you take 4 away from wherever else, it's not really a bother. I
prioritize odd HP over like pretty much everything else. So.
Yeah. In terms of the rest of the investment, I just split it between special defense and speed. So I went 148 into special defense and then 112 into speed. But if you want to cut anything, I would say bring it down to 144 special defense if you want to make the HP odd. I wouldn't take away from speed because it does need the speed to just creep out on some things with a careful nature, just to boost the special defense.
Careful nature. There we go.
Because superpower, obviously, it's defense boost.
So really, the good thing about Malamar, I say, is that obviously it's got a nice resistance to Psychic, which covers Vileplume and Hariyama quite nicely.
Yep.
And also Malamar's only weakness is actually Bug. So assuming you can take out the Bug types or Bug type coverage on the enemy team, Malamar has a clean sweep to go through and wreck house.
Yeah. That's the way to play it. I mean, my play for it was just clear off everything that is a threat to Malamar, bring in Malamar when I need to, and just sweep. Because, I mean, the thing is that in NU, it's weak to Fairy as well.
Oh yeah, Fairy is a thing.
It's weak to Fairy only like ×2, Bug is ×4.
Vileplume covers
exactly
quite nicely with Sludge Bomb especially.
Exactly.
Fairies are pretty... I don't think there's actually any fairies in NU. I think because Arenites is RU, and then I don't think there's anything below that.
I mean... There's
Dedenne, but,
There's Ordino, Marwile...
Oh, is Mega Ordino NU?
Yep, Mega Ordino is NU, and the only other fairy type is Marwile.
Oh yeah, Marwile, regular Marwile.
Yep. No, the only 2 fairy types in NU. So you're pretty safe, really. I mean, Vileplume handles it. Yeah, exactly.
Nice and good. So what kind of if I'll go back over here now and look at the nice team and a nice overview. So we can tick. Team is valid for NU. It's all good. Everything works.
Oh, the tiers haven't changed. Fantastic.
So what kind of success have you had with this team? Because you've actually, this one's been like effectively fully play tested compared to a lot of the other teams that I've built.
I'm trying to remember the record I managed to pull. Like, I think I did 8 battles, and I think I won 6 out of 8, I believe. I'm just going to pull that up. I'm not that sure. Let me just pull that up. Yeah. I think it was a decent... I had a decent run. Like, I mean, outside of just the videos anyway, I've had a decent amount of success with it. Like, you win some, you lose some, obviously, but... With this team, I've had the majority of success. Like, the majority has been wins. It's been fantastic for me. Like, if you can get your head around just making sure that Malamar has a free chance to come in and just nuke everything, then you're fine. You're fine.
So, as you can see here, we've got a nicely balanced mixed offense NU team, constructed by TheShiftyGears here. And this team is actually featured on one of his video series, so the link for that will be in the description, so you guys can take a look at actually go over to his channel and have a look at that team in action.
Plug.
And otherwise, so yeah, if you want to take a look at this team, try it out for yourself, take it to the ladder, and have a little play around with it. Obviously, if you find any glaring weaknesses in it or anything that it really struggles with, then you can obviously make some changes yourself and see how it play around with it, because everything is personal in this sort of stuff. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.